There are 2 games on Saturday in the Petted Super Value Senior Hurling Championship, and they are between Naevena and Oulart de Balloch and St Anne's and Ferns St Aidan. So first of all, Paul, we'll talk about Naevena and Oulart de Balloch. Naevena have 3 points on the board, a win and a draw, and Oulart have yet to win or get any points.
Yeah, well, unfortunately we had a first-hand look at Naevena in round 1, and Alison were very impressive, very, very impressive that day. I think Hall Dunbar, if I remember, didn't play against us that day, but literally, listen, they're the champions, they're the team to beat. They got a draw last weekend, round 2, which probably didn't suit them at all. So realistically, for the rest of the teams in the group, they're going to have to win the rest of their matches to guarantee probably a top 2 spot, which in this new format, of course, is the only thing that'll guarantee a quarter-final space. So I'd hate to say it, I suppose, for Owler's point of view, they need to get a win somewhere, but if Naevena had won the last round, had won their first 2 matches, they might be able to take their foot off the gas a little bit. But now that the fact that they've only had 3 points after 2 matches, they're going to have to get another win fairly quickly. So I think Oulart are going to be up against a full strength Naevena team that are 100% out to get a win. And for Oulart to try to combat that, I suppose, or Oulart de Balloch, it's going to be very hard to do it. Literally against us, Simon Roach, I can't say he was a one-man full forward line or man for forward line, but he was the one player that Glenbarnton couldn't really stop in that match. I think he would have got 5 or 6 points from play. He played extremely well, but other than that, I wouldn't say very little to offer up front. But he was their main threat. Nobody else really stood out and banged over 3 or 4 points. And Naevena have 3 or 4 backs that would be capable of shutting down Simon Roach to an extent that he might get 1 or 2 points. But it's where Oulart are going to get the other 1-12 from play. That's going to be the issue, because this Naevena are going to end up with probably the bones of 2-16, 3-15. That's where they're going to end up on the scoreline. Can Oulart match that at the moment? The answer is probably no. But like Oulart are probably looking at this group as well, going, well, Crossabeg is the match that we need to win. Whether we beat, it's a huge bonus to beat Gorey, but we have to beat Crossabeg because of the new format and the little mini groups of 3 and stuff like that. Like, it's going to be very hard for Leipzig Glynn and Crossabeg to get wins against St Anne's, Gorey and Ferns the way they're playing at the moment. I think it's that mini group of 3 we're all looking at each other, and Glenbarnton and Crossabeg, of course, is the match up this weekend that we talked about. But Oulart might have one eye on maybe their Crossabeg match, that if they can win that one, they could probably still end up 4th.
Yeah.
But literally they're up against the best team in Wexford at the moment, and I can only see one win, and that's a win for Gorey.
Do you see a win for Gorey as well, Ed?
Yeah, you would have to think Gorey would have enough to win this, but there is rumours that Conor MacDonald mightn't be available to play, and I think Gorey without Conor MacDonald reduced them quite considerably. The obvious goal threat is not there, the high ball into the square is not there, and Gorey haven't played one sub in their 2 matches.
Yeah.
So whoever is coming in there is going in cold, and he's going to be a major loss to Gorey. Oulart are missing some very, very good players: Owen Moore, Sean Murphy, Anthony Roach. If they had them back, they'd have a chance. But I'm not sure whether they're back or not. But down in Mullineen, a lovely pitch for hurling, lovely wide open spaces. You never know what had happened, but I think it looks like a Gorey win too.
I'll make it a full house for Gorey. And the other match on Saturday is St Anne's against Ferns St Aidan's. Ed, these 2 sides have gone very well in the championship so far. St Anne's with 2 wide margin victories, and Ferns with 1 wide margin victory and a good draw against Gorey.
Yeah, I think Ferns will be happy enough with the draw against Gorey, even though it looked like they were going to win at that stage. So I thought that was a very good game too, Peter.
Yeah.
But the Anns are playing with a pep in their step this year, and they're scoring a lot of goals. Of course, they have a series of goal scoring trait. With Liam McGovern, Dylan O'Brien is back, Kyle Kennedy, they're all well capable of scoring goals. Mark Furlong and Dara Furlong and all them. So they've good forwards, and they've a very, very good team. This one will definitely go to the wire. There's no doubt about that. And we'll see Paul Morris is one of the top scorers from play with 8 points, and Corey Dunbar with 2-2 from play.
Yeah.
He played out in the middle of the field and scored a very, very good point in the first half. But he's more of a threat closer to goal. I think his pace and big pitches like Wexford Park will suit him as well. So this one will definitely go to the wire.
Who's going to win it?
I think the Anns will win it.
Paul, who do you think will win this one, if we can hear you over the sound of the motorbike there?
Wait up a second. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Is right. You have 2 teams who are probably there's going to be 2 automatic qualifying spots. I can imagine the winner of this match is probably nearly going to be nailed on to be one of them 2 teams that'll get the top 2 spot. So it's a very important match for both of these teams. Boldon are scoring hugely well, as Ed said. Listen to great forwards. I suppose if you had seen it before the first round started, I would have actually thought that Ferns might have struggled because of the 2 or 3 boys that are away, but they seem to have been going very well without them. St Andrews, they seem to have everybody back. Everybody's given the hurling a really good go. Management wise from David Redmond seems to be working wonders with the hurlers, and sure, maybe one more win for him and he'd be a happy man. He might start to do a bit more with the football for the ends, but literally hurling wise, listen, they're going really well at the moment. So I just think that to have a little, I think they'll have a little bit too much for Ferns at the moment. I think Ferns are probably maybe looking at going, we'll pick up a win somewhere else along the way. I just think this St Anne's team, they're championship battle hardened. I just don't think they're going to take the foot off the gas. I think they're going to make it 3 wins out of 3.
And I think this will be a very, very tight game, a good high scoring game as well, I think. But I think Ferns might just get on the right side of it. But let's hope for 2 good games on Saturday.